What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a awesome video planned for you guys today, and I'm super pumped about it because let me just show you. This is a new palette, and honestly I think it's like the palette of the year. This baby right here is the BPerfect Cosmetics Carnival palette in collaboration with Stacey Marie, makeup artist. And if you don't know who Stacey Marie makeup artist is, she is a bomb ass makeup artist. I have been following her for a long time. It's actually really funny because I've been following her since probably about like the start of Instagram, since she had like probably a handful of followers, and we followed each other, and we'd always comment on each other's pics on Instagram. And so it's kind of like I got to see her whole growth on Instagram and her growth as an artist, and it was an awesome journey to follow. So when I saw she came out with this palette, I knew I had to go out and support her because it was almost like watching a friend just glow up. It was really cool to see her journey. So I knew immediately when I saw this it was gonna be amazing, because you can just tell when someone is very passionate about what they do, and you can definitely see that in Stacey and in her work. So even though I don't know her, I kind of feel like I do because I've followed her for so long. So enough jibber jabbing. This is what the inside of the palette looks like, and this is actually a very large palette, by the way. This is pretty big. I wasn't expecting it to be as big in person, but the pan sizes are definitely a little bit bigger than your standard shadows, and the palette itself is very like well built and sturdy, and you have a nice sized mirror up top. So inside the palette you get, how many? You get 17 matte shades and 7 high pigment shimmers, and then you get 2 like full-size highlighters. The color selection alone of this palette is just something so different to me. It's way different than the palettes that you're just used to seeing, like all the warm tone palettes. It's just so perfect, and it sparks so much creativity in my opinion. Like, you could do so much with this palette. I've played with this palette a few times. I haven't swatched all of the shades, but I did like a couple like quick looks on my eyes just messing around with it, and it hasn't fallen short in the quality area yet. They are super pigmented, like I expected, nothing less, because Stacey is very known for her very intense, very colorful looks, and this basically just describes all the looks that she does. The shimmers, literally, you don't even need to touch them. I am barely, what finger did I just do? I'm barely touching these guys, and the pigment is just unreal. You basically don't even need to use these wet. I do prefer them with a little bit of Fix Plus, but you absolutely do not need to with this formulation of shimmer. They just go on very smooth and like butter for the pigmentation and quality in these shadows. I was expecting a little bit more kickback, but there isn't. And there's little to no fallout on my eyes when I use the palette as well. Again, I haven't broken into every single shade, but I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more today. I don't know what kind of look I'm gonna go for. We're just gonna mess around and see what happens. So let's jump to it. So I'm gonna do my brows and all the good stuff later, but I'm going to prime my eyes with a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape. And I am gonna blend this out with my beauty blender and make sure it's nice packed on the lid. So I'm going to start with this shade right here called Envy, and I'm going to pack that on the lid. So I'm going to keep this one a little bit low because we're going to be blending it up. Then I'm going to dip into that mint shade, and that's going to be blended right on top. And then I'm going to take Keen, the bright yellow, and that's going right above minty green. I'm seriously like I'm actually pushing this into my eyebrow. This is why I didn't want to do my brows first, just because I don't have a lot of lid space, so I kind of need to like go into my eyebrow. So now I need to go into this dark blue. And I'm blending this blue with a really tiny blending brush by Sigma. Okay, now with my Tarte concealer, I'm just going to cut the crease a little bit, just with a flat concealer brush. I'm gonna start with Envy, the first shade I put down, and I'm gonna pack that here. We're gonna start blending back onto the cut crease. You don't really want to like really rub over it, otherwise you're not going to be able to see like the light difference. So I'm kind of just tapping it on. Now we're going to go into the mint shade and do that right next to it and kind of on top of it. Now I'm going to repack on that dark navy blue and hit it with the blending brush just a little. There's no matte white in the palette, and I do want to keep this inner corner matte just for this look, so I'm just taking a little bit of a white matte shade and I'm just packing it right on top. I'm just going to line my lash line, no wing or anything. I just want this here for when I put on lashes. So I actually want to put that yellow eyeshadow in my waterline, so I'm first just going to apply a nude pencil, and then I'm going to pack this, and then I'm going to pack the yellow on top. If you have yellow eyeliner, you could definitely use that instead, but I'm just going to use this for now. And then I'm actually going to start smoking out with the yellow, because we're going to build on this. Now I'm going to add the minty shade right below it, like right below my waterline. And then directly at the lash line, I'm going to apply that dark green shade to darken it up. And then right at the outer corner, that dark blue, hitting that again just to blend. And we'll bring it in a little bit. Okay, so now I feel like I need something bright in the inner corner, so I'm going to take that shade Moody, which is like a white with a gold reflex, and that's going to be packed in the inner corner. And this is the final look after lashes, some brows, and some cleaning up with concealer. Obsessed with this palette is a total understatement for me. I am so in love with this palette, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!